Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's all quite exciting here at the moment. Bit of nerves, and there's something been buzzing around which hasn't been particularly pleasant, so I hope it's going to disappear. And we'll just get started, I think. I've already lit a candle for myself, candle for spirit, and I think we just need to get on with the travels. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name's Hannah Velton. I'm a writer and spirit messenger, and this morning is, I guess, the culmination of about 16 years. Christian, my brother, who's in spirit, he was missing for 15 years. Presumed dead, I don't know, but missing in Africa, in Mali, was the last time we'd seen him, or we'd heard from him, in March 2003. So all that time he was missing, and probably in a lot of people's minds, presumed dead. But as a family, we never gave up on him, and always had the hope. The long search for him, we had lots of searches initially, and then in 2016 I started searching on social media for him, and to cut a long story short, found out that he was dead and had died in 2003 with a massive story that was untold. I've since been able to really communicate with Christian in spirit. It's taken an awfully long time for me to be able to do this. This is not something that's just happened overnight. This is something I've worked really hard for to happen, and for my ability to grow. I never knew I could do this. It's taken 18 long months at least for me able to learn how to do this and to connect with Christian. Back in August last year, 2018, sounds weird saying that, but I got the first inklings that he wanted me to travel back to Africa to finish his story, to tell his story, what happened to him. I initially thought at the time that it meant travelling to Africa physically, back to Mali. If you've been following this page, you'll know that I was nervous about that because of Mali being not somewhere where the Foreign Office are telling people to go. But Christian always told me that it was going to be a safe journey for me to make. He wanted me to tell his story. He wanted me to find an object. I'm not sure about this object, but the object that he wanted me to find. But it was definitely more about telling his story and giving closure to this whole trauma, which has been going on for 16 years. So I think all it remains for me to say is that we're going to start travelling to Africa. This is the culmination of a massive amount of work on my behalf. I'm nervous in that I'm doing this live, and I'm nervous in that, this is make or break, really. But I'm not going to think about that too much. Just going to get on with it. I know Christian's around me. He was visiting friends over Christmas, and I had a wonderful email from one particular friend who was desperate to talk to Christian again, and he's here now. This is his tears. He was able to connect with this friend, and they had a lovely morning together. But anyway, so Christian's been visiting friends and off doing whatever while I was in Scotland over Christmas. The minute I got back home, he's been here, and he's been pushing me to get on and do this. So I thought this was going to be a warm-up, but it's not. This is a real thing. So this first film will be, I'm not sure what it's going to contain, but I guess we go to Africa. There are going to be 3 films, as far as I know, and yeah, and a 4th one maybe to do a roundup and an analysis of the journey, maybe, and what lessons I've learnt. So let me just see if there's anything else I have to say. I have to tell you that when my eyes are closed, it's going to be Christian speaking. He speaks through me. And there's something that I've resisted for a long time, and that's to allow him to use my voice. But I think if I can, well, I know I can, but I'm going to allow him to use my voice. So if my voice drops a lot, I can feel it tight already. If it drops a lot, then it's just Christian wanted to bring through his voice as well, because he's always saying it looks funny, it's me, it's his sister Hannah, but it's his voice coming through, so you just have to bear with it. If my voice keeps going up and down, you'll know why. Is there anything else I need to say? Let's have a glug of tea. Okay, I think I'm just going to close my eyes and see what happens, and I'll see you on the other side. I hope everyone can hear me. Let's just move this a bit. I don't know how long this is going to take either. I've no idea. So let's just see where it goes, shall we? Okay. Okay, hi Hannah, I'm here. You know I'm always here with you. And tell the audience that any emotion that comes through Hannah, so any emotion that comes through me now will be Christian's. He's trying really hard to control his emotions. Really hard. But he can't control his emotions sometimes. But hey, that's okay. He keeps telling me not to wear so much eye makeup because what's the point? Because it just goes, it just runs. But anyway. Okay, so it's going to be emotional. There's going to be sweat, blood and tears. Hopefully not so much in this first one, but we'll see. I'll trust. I'm just going to go with it. So, okay. Okay, you can take over. Okay, hi everybody. It's Christian here, but coming through my sister's body. She's amazing. She's my channel that I can reach you through. Might take a while for us to get in the swing because we haven't done this for a few weeks. And Hannah's had, I choose my words, the excitement of the Christmas holidays to contend with. I'm just going to let her settle for a bit. When we travelled together in May 2018, we travelled as eagles to Africa. The eagle form that I took then was my soul self, and we went to rescue Christian, as 27-year-old Christian, from Africa, where he'd latched into another's body to survive. Christian, at that time, didn't know he died. His death, as we're going to find out, was fairly brutal. I'm using Christian, aged 27, and myself now in a very distinct way, so that Hannah is able to deal with what she sees, feels, hears. She has to remember that Christian she's travelling with now is Soul Christian, the one who's very much alive. Her brother now, the 27-year-old Christian we will travel with by his side, is not her brother anymore. I've now had to come into my eagle form. Hannah can feel me here on the left. She can feel like my wings flapping, like the beating of wings of air. This is the form I have to take to travel with her. She now needs to, if you'll excuse her for a moment, join me in her eagle form. Sorry, I've got a real urge to open my eyes at the minute. I don't know why. I think it's just my subconscious just going, shit, Hannah, you've really got to do this. There's no turning back now. This is what it's all been for. Okay. I'm going to swear, but well, no, I'm not going to because. Okay. Okay. and it hasn't flown for a long time. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is Hannah now. It's so free up here. He's here. It's like we fly together. We're touching wings almost. Just gliding at the moment. Okay, I can see we're already flying over. If I look down, it was like dusty, deserty, like looking, but now it's patches of green. Coming down. And sinking. Okay, we're on the ground. We're just waiting. Got tingling hands. These must be my feet. It's hot on the ground. It's like jumping about. It's hot. I don't want to stay down too long. We're just waiting here. I can feel real movement in my body. I think I'm at... Oh, okay, I see. I'm now standing up. I'm not an eagle anymore. Christian's not an eagle anymore. I'm Oh, you didn't tell me that was going to happen. Oh, okay, so Christian, we're doing what we did in May, so he's Okay, let me get this straight. Okay, Christian, soul Christian, my brother, contains 27-year-old Christian. He's brought 27-year-old Christian with us to Africa. "27-year-old Christian is standing here. He's taking my hand. Oh, okay. He wants to show me what happened to him. I'm Hannah. I can feel like I'm like this wobbly human being. I must be 28-year-old Hannah. He's going to show. We're going to do this together. As 27-year-old Christian and 28-year-old Hannah. But what you're going to see on the video is, you're not going to see Christian, but that's his soul Christian, and I'm soul Hannah. Okay, we've got it. I hope everyone's following. Oh dear. Okay, so Christian didn't I didn't want to tell Hannah this before we travelled, because she might not have wanted to do this. It's going to feel so very real to her. And I was nervous that she would back out. But on a soul level, she's more than ready to do this, and this is the purpose of the last 16 years. Christian has a camera with him. 2 cameras. A film camera and a stills camera. When Hannah was searching for Christian in 2016, she was directed off the scent to Kenya. We didn't want Hannah to start meddling or get involved with the story we're about to tell. We're in East Africa, following Christian's journey, following in the footsteps of Mungo Park, the Scottish explorer who Christian identified with so strongly. The voice Hannah's hearing now is her guide in Africa. She's met me several times. When she dances with me. I am a goddess of love and of the river. I'm here to protect Hannah. Christian has to play out his story. I'm putting a wall, a veil between Hannah and Christian now. I can feel that. So that Hannah is not affected by events. She's always protected. It will be like she's with Christian, but apart from him. There's no danger to her. She will not be involved or influence anything which will happen. We're stepping into a different time frame. There's no linear time where we are now. What is about to happen is happening in the present. It is happening now, but on a different time dimension. What Hannah will see, feel and hear will be happening now. She's with her brother, aged 27, with her young brother. Okay, and let's go. I've got stuff to show you. I want you to meet some people I've met. I just need to clarify to the audience, this is, when I speak now, it's 27-year-old Christian. Hannah doesn't exist in this place. Well, she does, but she's not influencing anything that's happening. I'm now viewing 16 years ago. Whew, it's Okay, let's see where we're going to go. Okay, we're upright, we're walking together. It's like he's like using the camera. He's like pretending he's talking to an audience. He's doing exactly what I'm doing now. He's filming what he's seeing, and he's filming himself, and he's telling you the story, his audience. So you audience who are watching me, Hannah, are actually watching 27-year-old Christian. Okay. Right, 27-year-old Christian has moved. He's now me. I've just felt it. He's moved into me. So from now on, that's it. Okay. Hi everybody. I can't believe I'm actually here. I'm actually in Africa. This is my first piece to camera. It's been quite a long journey. I haven't filmed lots before. I've had a few problems with batteries and lenses and the heat. It's kind of fogged up the camera at night. The temperatures drop and they're like condensation on the lens. It's caused a few problems, but hey, I'm here now. There's so much to tell you, but I've got a long journey to make, so I'm going to be able to tell you as I go along. I've been wanting to make this film for a long time. And yeah, I'm a bit nervous moving about. But this is going to be my I don't know if it's putting it too strongly, but the adventure of my lifetime. I've got a really strong feeling this is something I'm going to be remembered for. I'm not altogether sure if it's going to be in a positive way, though. Several things have happened since I've been out here. I've been out here for a few weeks. And I'm beginning to feel that what people told me at home before I left might just become a truth. I'm hoping not. I'm shaking when I speak about it. This journey is not what I thought it was going to be. It's really hard to talk about this. Because there was so much riding on this journey for me. I talked it up to so many people. I didn't listen to a lot of people when they warned me. Why didn't I listen to people? Because why didn't I listen to people? Oh, my hands are hurting. They're sore. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm going to have to sit down. Why didn't I? Oh, His presence is here with me. Oh, it's a grandmother. She's telling me it's okay. She's been here with me. She makes me feel calm. She tells me it's okay. My knees hurt. And cold. But I'm okay. Inside I'm okay. I have this godmother with me. It's not a godmother I knew. In life, it's a godmother. That Hannah and I must have known. She tells me she knows Hannah. Of all the people, I miss Hannah the most. But she tells me, this godmother, she tells me Hannah's here too. She tells me Hannah's always with me. Which is a really good thing. I need to tell you about Hannah. You don't know who she is. Hannah's my big sister. Hannah. I don't really know Hannah. We knew each other as kids. We were so close. And then I went to school. I went to different school. I went to Homewood. I went to Charterhouse. I went to Edinburgh. I lost contact with Hannah. But my grandmother tells me that Hannah's here. She's going to look after me somehow. I really wish I could see her or feel her, but I can't. And I don't know how she can help me now. She's thousands of miles away in Cornwall. But anyway, what do I need to tell you? This journey I was going to tell you. Actually, I don't want to tell you now. I've had enough tears. I need to focus. What do I need to tell you? Okay, this trip, this journey, this expedition that I'm on. As I said, it's following in the footsteps of Mungo Park. Mungo, same age as me. He was destined for a life in the Scottish borders as a doctor, but his heart wasn't in it. He wanted to travel. He wanted to experience life. He wanted to... I identify with him because he was so brave. He was so gung-ho in a way. He was like I was before I left for Africa. When I was reading about Mungo, he was I see now he was just like me in that he didn't have a clue what he was getting into. I thought I knew what I was getting into. But, oh boy. Why the hell didn't I bring a film crew? Why didn't I listen to people? Why didn't I... Why didn't I listen to people? I couldn't listen to people. I wouldn't listen to people. This was my journey to make. This would make my name as an explorer, as a traveller, be my starting point. It was like the journey I'd been working up to all these years. I was never going to listen to anybody. I had to do this journey. And Hannah, if you're watching this, you were a bit of an inspiration to do the journey too, because You never let anything stop you. I followed you to Australia. You followed your dreams to Cornwall. You were always working hard. You got that job you always wanted. You were always striving, you were always fighting, you were always so focused on what you wanted. And I guess I emulated you in the end. It's funny, I thought this journey would be all about showing you, the audience, the Africa that I was travelling through, and the Africa I was seeing. But actually, this film is actually I suppose you'd say, a human interest story now. I've been to Africa many times before. I'd always concentrated on the people and places I'd seen. I never really thought about the bigger picture of why I was in Africa, why I was always drawn to Africa. I remember sitting with my grandfather, John, and he had books about Africa. He'd been on safari, he'd collected masks, he showed me all these things. We didn't talk about Africa in the way I see it now, but Grandpa must have experienced something in Africa, because he talked about Africa with such passion. And I'm sure he's with me now. This trip has really changed me. It's humbled me. It's made me become aware of how incredibly small I am. Africa's broken me in many ways. When I say Africa, I mean, what do I mean? It's like the experience of it, the place, the feeling of it, the sky, the expanse, the feel of it, the light, just the place. It's a different world. And unless you experience it and live in it and take notice of it, I don't know for other people, but it's broken me. When I say broken, it means I'm not the person I was when I left England. Tiny little England. Bustling, busy, little life. Even the last few weeks of travelling, or is it now months? I don't know. I was keeping track, but I've had quite a few detours. Not from the direction or my plan of where I'm going, but more in terms of time. Time has expanded. It's almost like I can see myself planning my trip and writing 3 days in Mopti. "5 days Timbuktu." And I laugh now because I've lost the time. Dimension of time is so different. I've lost track of time, and that's been so freeing. I've been able to meet people and then go and stay with them in their houses, in their huts. I've always been very welcomed. The people have been, on the whole, incredibly inviting, warm, friendly, helping me, giving me water, giving me food. And I thank God for meeting those people. Children, so many children have been around me. They make my heart sing. There's such innocence in children. I've always loved being around children. They don't ask for anything of me, or they don't ask anything from me. They just want to touch me. They want to touch my face. They want to touch my beard, my funny hair. They want to look in my brown eyes. They like to poke me. They pinch my skin. And feel the hairs on my hand, on my arms. They think I'm very funny, and I guess I must look very funny to them. The children in lots of ways have been my saviour. What's been so hard? Why am I feeling like this? I knew it would be hard. I knew this journey would be hard. I spoke to Mum on the phone a few days ago. That was hard. It was hard to be upbeat. I told her a few things. That I'd stayed longer with this family. I told her about the donkey that I had to sell. I couldn't keep it any longer to pull my load. I didn't have enough food and water for it. It was easier to sell. But I told her I think I got fleeced. I didn't get enough money for her. But I wasn't going to argue. I'm not in a state to be able to argue. Which might surprise friends. Because I would always stand up for myself. And for anybody who I felt was being taken the mick out of. But as I say, that's not something I can do. It's relentless, this travelling. Relentless. But I'm aware my battery is now going to be running out, so I just wanted to record some thoughts while I can. It might be that this camera's not going to be used very much. I might just have to use it when I can, when I really need to talk. I've got my stills camera, so I'm taking photographs all the time as a record. But yeah, is there anything else I need to tell you? Not for now. But my stomach's rumbling. I need to get some rest. And onwards, I just have to keep going. Do I have to keep going? I don't know at this point. Yes, grandmother tells me just keep going. She's right with me. She's a comfort. I have to just keep going and work out what I'm going to do. If I can, I finish the journey. That's what Hannah would do. She'd focus, she'd finish the journey. But something's I think I just need to rest and get some food in my stomach. I have money in the lining of my tent. So I know I can get provisions. But I must have underestimated the distances, the travelling. I feel nervous about being able to reach places in time. I can feel my mortality. But I just have to keep on because I know one step in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other. Grandmother's here with me. Anyway, that wasn't a very jolly bit to camera, was it? But it's the truth. When I get back home, if I get back home, I want to remember where I was, physically, mentally, emotionally. I suppose I want to be able to show this to my children. There must be some lessons in it for them. But anyway, hopefully next time I speak, I'll have moved on and I'll be in a better place. Okay, bye-bye. It's not nice to see him like that, is it? It's not nice for me to see myself like that. But at age 27, I had so much to learn. I wish I could tell you that it was going to be all right for Christian, 27-year-old Christian, but you know the ending. But what you don't know is how I came to that ending. It won't be pretty, and in many ways it won't be a surprise to you. And the reason why we're doing this journey is so that nobody else in the family needs to travel to find out what happened to Christian. Enough lives have been lost with Mungo Park. In his family too. Telling his story will show others how not to live their lives. Christian ignored his own feelings, intuition, and others' feelings and intuitions. But that was the way it had to be. The lessons you learn in life, each life, come around again in the next life until you learn those lessons. Once you learn the lessons, as Christian is beginning to in his life, then you move on to another cycle of lessons. You'll find out what Christian ultimately learnt in this life. And why in this next life he can move on to other lessons. In the next life you move on together equally. Shoulder to shoulder, side by side. This is God speaking, this is not Christian. But your story in this life as siblings will be told and heard by millions. The story is not a new one. It happens to people every day. They ignore feelings, intuition, the little voice, for many reasons. And that is not the way you're supposed to live on earth. but we'll talk more about that when your journey is done with Christian. I'll hand you back to soul Christian. Hey, Han. Okay, we better get back home and get back in that eagle. It's hot. Okay, let's fly. Yeah, that wasn't what I was expecting. Fuck. I don't know, what was I expecting? I was expecting to... I don't know. The only time I've seen... When I used to visit Christian, he was always ill, tired, lying down. He would never tell me where he was. It was always dark, or there was I could only just see silhouette of mountains. And there was always the grandmother figure there when I visited him. There must have been some massive time slips going on here. Different time to what we're used to, linear time. But I've met that grandmother. She was Edie to me. Christian obviously didn't know her name. But Edie used to stop me from seeing Christian. She was like a brick wall. She kept us apart. Some days I could see him and be with him, and other days she wouldn't let me near him. Anyway. Okay, we're coming down. Okay, I can tell I'm back in the bedroom. Okay. Can I open my eyes? Okay, it's Hannah speaking. Christians just moved from being next to me as Eagle And he's now moved back inside my heart, where he usually is. That was certainly a ride. Is there anything you want me to say? Oh, I'm going to open my eyes. God, I don't know how long I was away for. Christian's just left. Well, not left, but he's just said I need time to let that settle. That was not what I was expecting. I'm okay, Helen. Thank you. Kind of makes sense now, quite a few things. The filming aspect in particular, and the fact that he always initially wanted me to find the object, which was always the camera. But I didn't have any clue that effectively what I'm doing is being him, filming himself. Obviously having a tough time. But we always knew it was going to be a tough time for him. I think that's what he realised. In previous films, he's always said about... in fact, the first film we did together that's on my website, he said that he looked at himself now at the camera, his piece that he did to camera before he went to Africa, and how he said he was crying, upset that this 27-year-old Christian had no clue about what was coming. The ignorance of youth, did he say? I'll have to look back. Arrogance of youth, maybe. Hilarity of youth. That's the word he used. The hilarity of youth, that a journey like that he'd planned was going to be doable on his own. With a film camera, some money, a tent, a rucksack, some clothes. Hey. It's all in the past. Well, it's all in the past in linear time, but obviously I'm able to tap into the cycle of time. That's going to be a lot to take in. But I think the sooner we get this journey out of the way, the better. So I think the next video will be quite soon, next week. Anyway, yeah, I need time to... I'm tired and I need time to digest all of that. But you have to remember that Christian is not there anymore. He's now here with me. So it's... yeah, so he's alive, just somewhere else. And it's lovely that I have that connection with him. Very strong connection. He's part of my life, you know, all of the time. And if he's not here with me, he's off visiting friends and doing whatever he does. But at the moment, he's going to be very much with me. I've felt him very much around me the last 4 or 5 days, really intense. So it might be that he just disappears for a few days for the weekend and then we come back. But I know when he'll be back and we'll carry on. But I think even for Soul Christian, on some level, that's going to be difficult to see again. But I do know that this is clearing. It's a clearing process. It's clearing the past. So it's definitely something that I have to carry on with. And I want to carry on with it, you know. I definitely want to carry on with it. I can't be left not finished. So anyway, I can feel, by the way, I can feel emotions from the audience watching. And I feel really heavy at the moment. I suppose I'm at this point trying to make you feel better. Make you feel better about this. It's okay. Don't worry about me going through this process. But if you're feeling particularly emotional or something, this film has brought something out in you, have a look at what that is. I'm expecting these films to bring up things for the audience. That's the whole point of these films. Christian and I are doing these films for our benefit in terms of future generations. And we're also doing it for anybody who's watching. By us telling the story and doing our own clearing, may well inspire you to do your own clearing. But hey, doesn't matter. Just follow the story. Follow the story. God, don't make it too hard or too heavy. That's for, I don't know. We're just going to tell a story. Tell a story of what happened, and hopefully everyone can learn from it. And we'll all come out the other side in a better state than we went in. But anyway, I shall say goodbye. Lots of love. Thank you for watching. And I'll let you know when the next session is. I think there's going to be another 2 of the journey. And then another one at the end just of, like analysis or whatever you want to call it. Summing up, conclusion. But anyway, okay, lots of love. Bye-bye.